Okay, so this is a follow to the video I did about the July 10th hearing. Basically, a few months before the hearing, my niece, which is my sister's guardian, and her daughter, and my sister, they went to meet with the court-appointed attorney that they did not ask for. This is the guy that the court got to pick. You know, the corrupt Wayne County Probate Court got to pick for Kim and Taylor, which made no sense because Taylor not even considered incapacitated. She's Kim's guardian. As her guardian, she has the right to select the attorney that she thinks is best for Kim. And she went along with the same attorney Kim went along with because that's the attorney she wanted. And he's been doing a good job despite the fact they all been against him, in my view, from the very beginning. Excuse me. Anyway, they went to see him, and mind you, this guy, his name is Wayne Wilson. He's been an attorney, if I remember correctly, since 1966. So he's been doing this for a while. So he should know the rules and regulations around probate law, right? Especially if he's been doing this his whole career. Mind you, my niece just turned 21. At the time of the meeting, she was 20 years old. She had just started being her guardian like a year or two ago. And I feel like he took advantage of this. This is why. During the meeting, like, he met with my niece and my sister for a little while, but then he asked my niece to leave the room. And he's not supposed to do that. I know for a fact he's not supposed to do that because as her guardian, she's supposed to be present with my sister when she's speaking to lawyers as such. You know, in case she forgets something the lawyer said, or in case the lawyer's not legit and not doing right by my sister or her mom or whatever, or the ward, period. Like, they're supposed to be there to meet with the lawyer or whatever. And plus, it's also supposed to be there to give additional information if needed to make my sister's case stronger. He asked her to leave, and then come to find out when he went to court, he lied and said my sister okayed the account. And the reason why I say he lied or misled the court is because I sat down, I believe it's like a few days before the hearing, and talked to my sister, and I actually explained to her what was on the account. I showed her the account, and she had complaints. She said, one, like, why is this person over my account? I don't want her to be my trustee. She was talking about Lynn Marie Nels. Two, she was like, I don't like her because why did she modify my trust without my permission? She told the court that she didn't like to modify her trust without permission. Three, she said she charged too doggone much. And my sister, she always been about her money. So, brain issue or not, she always been about her money. So she was like, she's charging too much. Why is she taking my money to pay her legal fees? Because that's what she's been doing. She's like, I don't like her. I don't want her there. And I believe I remember correctly, she said she wants to sue her because why she take her money to defend her wrongdoing? Which I agree with her. So she didn't like that. And then when she talked with Wayne Wilson like a few months before the hearing, she said she didn't like him because, one, she didn't pick him because it wasn't her choice. And two, he charged too much. He charged like $400 an hour when the attorney that she picked charged way less. And he actually was trying to help her. Anyway, this individual goes to court and tells the court that my sister agreed to the accounting. And from my understanding, the way he was phrasing it, he didn't ask the question properly. How you got a lawyer for almost 60 years and then don't know how to phrase a question to individuals that have a memory issue? Like, what you're supposed to do is describe the situation, be honest with them, show them the information, let them read it for themselves, and then listen to whether or not they made a decision. He didn't do that. He just went to the court and asked it, though, is the account okay, yes or no, and that kind of thing. He didn't really give her no information. To mind you, she has a memory issue. That's why Taylor should have been there with her, one of the reasons. The other reason that I can't recall the exact law or the rule, but the rule says that a lawyer basically is not supposed to ask the guardian to leave. They're supposed to let them stay in there with the ward or whatever. So stuff like this won't happen. But anyway, he said she approved the accounting, and then he won't act like he did so. So I got them, the opposing party, knock off $2,500 off the fees that was charged to Philip for those damages they were charging for on some BS, saying that he was a confidential when he was not, and more so saying that he made fictitious appeals and all that other stuff. And I'm like, that's nothing because it shouldn't have been no fees. He shouldn't have been charged anything. And then not only that, but then when he sent the letter, he kind of misled posting the letter because I was like, no, this doesn't even sound right. You just let them do the accounting as vague as that accounting was. The account was literally maybe like 2-3 pages at the most, and it just said what she did. She didn't say the time that she did it, how much time she spent on it. She didn't give any little details, none of that. It just, I did this how much I charged. The lawyer fees is this or that. And I'm like, well, you're just, well, somebody said, like, he's just a yes man for the court. And I got that feeling off of him when I first heard about it. I'm like, I automatically don't like him. But I already knew something was up with him, and I was right. He's a yes man for the court, but then he want to pretend like he's on Kim's side. So we going to help get you free, let them know you can make informed decisions. So you want to be on the probate court, blah, 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 blah. But then he took the informed decision and lied because it wasn't an informed decision because he didn't remind her of the accounting, what was going on with the accounting, what was wrong with it or nothing. He just asked her a general question, said yes or no. And I believe led her into saying yes to these questions. So he can't say, oh, we're going to show them that you can make informed decisions when he didn't inform her in the first place. And then another issue I have with that too, why is it that they only listen to Kim when it's convenient for them? But Kim tells stuff like, I don't want this person's guardian. I don't like this trustee. I don't like the fact she charged me this amount of money for her legal fees because she wasn't doing wrong. Why should I have to pay for it? Why should I have to pay for her defense when she's hurting me? Stuff like that. They don't want to hear nothing she got to say at all. But then when it comes to like something that benefits them, like saying, oh, she approved the accounting, they ask her, do she approve the accounting or not, without giving her information or without reminding her and without letting her guardian be in the room with her. And then they use that against her, like, well, she made an informed decision. Like, no, you don't get to turn it on and off like it's a light switch. You don't get to decide, oh, today we're going to let her make an informed decision because it benefits us, and then turn it off when it benefits her. No, you don't get to do that. So we're working on something to try to deal with him now because he needs to go. Because, like, he's nothing but a yes man. He just made things worse and ridiculous. And then what irritates me even more, like, you're a lawyer and you've been a lawyer for this long and you couldn't do a better job of covering up your dirt. Like, I just got my law degree in April. But I always been, like, good at seeing through this stuff. Even before I got my law degree, well, before I got my law degree, I knew they wouldn't shit, basically. They was nothing. But yeah, that's the update on that. And again, the guy name is Wade Wilson. Like, I looked him up. He been a lawyer for years, which is why he should be held to even a higher standard. Because how are you a lawyer for that long, but you don't know better not to do the things you did to my sister?